Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Mindfully Aligned. And listen y'all, I gotta tell you something. Come closer. Closer, yes. It's getting hard to be a baddie. Yeah, I gotta say it. With all the things that it takes to be a baddie costing more and more, it's getting harder and harder to maintain the same lifestyle. I noticed it, you noticed it, we all know it. We don't obviously want to compromise on being a baddie, so we just gotta figure out how do we want to navigate this, and that's why I'm here. Today I want to talk about how to be a baddie with a budget. Let's go. So like I said, it's no secret that maintaining the same lifestyle costs more now. But you know I like to come with the facts and the figures, so here we go. According to the US Bureau of Labor Statistics, it is reported that between 2021 and 2023, the cost of consumer goods increased by about 15%, while the average wage increased by only 10 to 12%, which means it is, again, quite literally getting more expensive to do the same things. That sucks. So our lash appointments, our nail appointments, everything is costing more for the upkeep of being a cutie girl, but we're not getting more back. So how do we keep up with that? Now, if we want to talk about being a baddie and saving money, the first thing we need to get into is overconsumption culture. It is toxic and it will keep you broke if you're not careful. I know, scary, but it's true and we have to face it. Essentially, overconsumption culture tricks us into thinking that we need everything. Think the people on TikTok who hoard all the Stanley Cups, or people saying, these are the 5 shoes that you need in your wardrobe this fall, or saying that the pants you wore last year that looked so good on you, they don't work anymore, and now you need to wear capris, even though you know deep down those don't fit you right. Or worse yet, the 12-step makeup routine that you need to have glass skin, or the viral hair care product that you're gonna find out in 6 months from now actually causes hair loss. Yeah, we've all heard of all of these, and frankly, I'm tired of it. At a certain point, we have to ask ourselves, when will we free ourselves from the cycle? Overconsumption convinces us that what we have is not enough, or that our life doesn't fit a certain aesthetic unless we buy certain things, or that we just can't overall romanticize our life without accumulating more stuff. And honestly, I feel like the consumerism just kind of plays on that feeling that we have deep down that we aren't enough. And overconsumption is just a band-aid to slap over it to be like, okay, well now I have this thing that everyone says is gonna make me look cute or hot, so this has to be better, right? Wrong. It just literally is instant validation, instant gratification, and it doesn't fix the problem deep down, but that's a whole nother problem, a whole other episode. Overconsumption is quite literally everywhere. It's in so many industries: beauty, fashion, wellness, self-care, basically every industry that is catered towards women. But more on that later. Stick a pin. But I will say it's important that while we are inundated with all these products that we think that we need this to correct some problem because deep down there's something wrong with us that we have to fix. Overall, it just keeps us spending above our means, so then we're stuck in a cycle of overspending, overconsuming, and not having enough to save for our goals. And that's what I'm trying to say, is that it's a trick and it's a trap. If you go on your For You page, you're going to hear about how you have to run, not walk to get some product. We have to unplug from that mindset. Because the thing is, when we scale back on the unnecessary things, we make more room in our disposable income for giving back to the things that matter, saving more, investing more, and those things are truly what lead to wealth in our 30s and beyond. And me personally, I know that I would rather have a bomb investment portfolio and the life of my dreams than to go broke and get credit card debt because I'm chasing the latest Stanley Cup, or going broke trying to fit the new Stockholm aesthetic, mob wife aesthetic, whatever it is for the season. But I know what you're thinking. Adonze, that sounds great. I would love to be wealthy in my 30s. I would love to make something for myself, but I don't want to just let go of myself in my 20s. I want to keep it cute while I'm still cute. Listen, of course, I'm right there with you. and that's why I'm here. So now let's get into how we can save for our future and still look fly. For starters, we all need a budget, but a real baddie knows how to prioritize. For example, I like Pilates. For me, I feel like fitness is a huge priority. If I am moving my body and making myself feel proud, I feel good both inside and out. And I know that it also does wonders for my mental health. So it's a big part of my life. I'll make that a priority. Now, once you've set your priority, you can feel guilt-free putting your money towards that thing because you know it's justified and it's super important to you for you to live your life. Now, for the other things after that, that's where we cut back. Now, I'm not saying we need to cut it out in general. I'm just saying we have to kind of adjust. For example, I also like getting my nails done. Now, as you can see, I still have them done. I did that because now I do my nails myself. The thing is, we kind of have to really sit down and do the math. Once we established whatever's untouchable to us, do the math and crunch the numbers on how much we're really spending for the other stuff. Now, one day I sat and I did the math for myself and my nails, and I thought, okay, $70 every 2 weeks for a set that often breaks early, and then I have to get it fixed, and then it's more money, and it's just too much. But $70 every 2 weeks, let's call it that. Every month I'm spending $140. Over 2 years, I'm spending $3,360 just on nails. Now, by getting a $30 nail kit on Amazon and being able to do my nails for free where they still look cute, I save myself those $3,360. That goes right into my savings account, or I can invest it and watch it grow. You see, it's just about taking a second to think, how can I adjust the things that I already have? I still want to have my nails done. I still want to look cute. It's just a different way of getting it done, and I can still look cute, feel good, and get everything I want, basically. Now, your priority depends. It all depends from person to person, but maybe you like getting your nails done. Maybe that's your priority. Maybe you like getting cute little nail art. That could be your thing. And then instead you could do at-home workouts, or another way to cut back. Maybe if you like getting lashes done, do lash clusters at home. I know for my Black girls, our hair is very, very expensive. And I love getting braids, but those really add up. So instead you could try doing a style at home that is easier and more cost effective. You know, hair, nails, lashes, all those things are all things we like to splurge on once we get our big girl jobs. But that's how we wind up with nothing left to save. So it's important that we figure out what the priorities are and figure out what the other things are that we can kind of just DIY or find a more cost-effective way to do it. And that way you can save money and still look cute, feel good, and be a baddie. Because at the end of the day, a baddie is skilled and resourceful. Another thing that will save you a pretty penny is learning how to say no, or being comfortable saying no. Take this for example. Another one of my priorities is going on vacation. I love traveling, and I know a lot of us do. But if you are someone who really wants to be able to travel in your 20s, when it's a little bit harder, there is some small sacrifice that has to be involved in order to make both work. For example, I decided if I want to be able to go on vacation and travel the world, I'm willing to cut back on nights out. Now, stick with me, I know. Depending on your city, going out can range between $50 to $100 a night, or like if you live in New York or LA, it can be $100 to $200 a night. Crazy when you really think about it. If in my area it costs $100 a night to go out, and I'm going out twice a week, every weekend for the most part, and then I cut that down to just going out once a week, maybe Saturday nights only, I'd be saving $4,800 a year. Yep, $4,800 a year. And there you go. You can still go on vacation, you can still go out, you're still popping out every week, or however much you want it to be, but you'll have money in the bank to be able to still enjoy that trip that you want to go on. So I know being in our 20s is all about being spontaneous and just doing whatever, but sometimes those spontaneous plans can really add up. That little night out for happy hour could turn into a second location, a third location. Next thing you know, you're going home at 2:30, 3, 4 a.m. and your pockets are $200 lighter. Yeah. Little ways like that is how at the end of the month we look at our account and we're like, oh my God, where did my money go? We have to really sit and do the math for the lashes, for the things we like to do for ourselves, and also the activities, and really think, okay, what are my bigger goals? I want to travel this year. I want to travel next year. I want to have X in my savings. I want to be able to invest X amount. I want to be able to keep my credit card completely balanced, whatever it is, and think, okay, if it's going to be pushing me farther from my goal, I can't do it. If this plan, if this spontaneous concert, spontaneous night out when I'm already over my budget for the month is going to be keeping me from meeting my goals, being able to go to Cancun at the end of the year, then it has to go. And you know what? It's okay to say no sometimes, because a baddie can confidently say no. Now, the fourth tip I have is to develop your own personal style. This goes back to the idea of overconsumption and basically your TikTok For You page telling you every single thing that you need to buy this year, or the new aesthetic that is trending and how to dress for it. Maturing and becoming a grown-up baddie is shedding all of that and realizing I have my own style. I like that thing is trending, that's real cute, but it doesn't look good on me. Capris, I'm sorry I'm coming at you at this video. I know that's not gonna look good on me. I didn't even bat my eye twice when those were trending. Or the jorts, I know those are not gonna look good on me. I didn't bother. Certain things, as we mature, the trends, we have to just kind of pay a little bit less attention to them because we have more important things to spend our money on these days. And listen, falling into popular trends, it's not great because those will leave you broke and also unoriginal, looking like everyone else on your For You page or on the street. And that's not very baddie at all. So I say take some time to put some money aside for a few months, and then when the time is right, invest in a nice staple wardrobe. Study your style, figure out what really speaks to you. For me personally, I like a cutesy, preppy style. That's me. Just figure out whatever that is for you and buy the staple items, the basics, the shirts, the skirts, the pants, and opt for quality over quantity. Another thing that overconsumption, especially since 2020, taught us is that it's amazing to have a big Shein haul or a big haul of a lot of clothes. But the thing is, you buy all these items and then they can't even last until next season because they're so poor quality. I recommend figuring out what your actual style is, the things that you would want to wear over the years, and invest in the nice sweater, the nice jeans, or whatever that looks like for you. Again, I'm not saying at all that you need to go expensive, but I'm just saying less of the hauls, more of the mindful, intentional buying. Because I'd rather buy one sweater one time and have it last me for years than to have to replace the same sweater year after year, wasting money. I wind up paying the same price at the end of the day. Now, it's way smarter to just invest on the one-time purchase, and you know you'd actually like it because you took time to develop your own style. So I highly recommend de-influencing yourself a little bit and taking the time to figure out what you actually want to wear, because a baddie has her own style. Now, remember what I was saying about how all these industries that are specifically catered towards mostly women are the ones that are trying to get us to spend an outrageous amount, convincing us that we need a completely new wardrobe every season? Yeah, it's a trap, and here's why. As a baddie, as a woman, I don't want to be reliant on a man. You know, I have this vision of this life that I want to give to myself, and I need to be able to do that without a man. So it's important that I spend my 20s setting myself up for success. But the thing is, this overconsumption culture, this culture that women have to buy a new dress for every event or something new every time there's a new season, those things are designed to keep us broke and in credit card debt. And how are we supposed to have that and then also give ourselves our own future? No, I'm not having it, and neither are you. So stay cognizant of these consumer traps, because you have to remember, a baddie has her own money and she knows how to manage it. It's important to think long term. So with that in mind, just think about being able to give yourself the life that you deserve, the life that you dream for yourself. A baddie is able to give herself her dream life. So when you have the long-term picture in mind, it's easier to say no to certain things. Maybe you went out all last week, but you know it's not in the budget to go out this week. Maybe you want to have a girls' night in instead, or maybe you want to start trying to do your nails at home. Whatever it is, making little adjustments to ensure your wealth, those start to make more sense when you put it in the bigger picture. Because at the end of the day, I would rather put the silly stuff aside, the trends that I think I have to follow aside, to instead have the ability to give myself my dream life in the future. So yeah, that basically is the main idea for the episode. And now it is time for the song of the week. So this week we have 2 songs of the week. The first song of the week is Brokey by Lotto. And I know this song is really hot right now. And at first she was getting some criticism about if she was downplaying people who work minimum wage jobs. But she clarified that those people are still baddies. Those people are still hard workers. Like, you can still get your money up at any job. Like, you don't need to be a super high earner. And the whole song is about, as women, getting our coins up and being able to say to a man, like, listen, like, this is how I am. I got my money. Like, put some respect on it. So I really love that. And that's kind of what this idea is about. As women, it's important that we have our finances together. And I feel like that's kind of what the essence of the song is about. Like I said throughout the episode, a real baddie knows her money. She knows how to get it together. And I think that's super powerful. And then the next song of the week is Luxurious by Gwen Stefani, another favorite of mine. And like, the whole reason pretty much is just in the chorus. It basically says, working so hard every night and day, now we get to lay back. Now, the key is that, like, when you have a long-term mentality, it's easy to make those sacrifices. And I listen to that song and I just think, like, I'm going to be able to look back at myself and be like, damn, like, I worked hard for the life I have now, and I'm able to fully enjoy it and be so proud knowing that I gave myself this life, because I made some tough calls, some sacrificial decisions. I was a baddie then, and I'm even more of a baddie now. And that is pretty much what the song is about. It has a lot of manifestation energy, and I highly recommend. Again, those songs are Brokey by Lotto and Luxurious by Gwen Stefani. And yeah, that concludes today's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share with a friend, and hit me up on the Mindfully Aligned podcast Instagram to let me know how you liked this episode and what else you want to see. Thank you guys for tuning in. See ya.